It's been an uneasy wait onshore for Rodolfo Liberato Jr. The 53-year-old fisherman hasn't been able to go out to sea this week. It's too dangerous, with the US and Philippine military conducting live fire drills in these waters near his home in Laoag in northwest Philippines. He's missing out on vital income, and the gunfire and explosions unnerve him. But Liberato supports these exercises.
Kasi sabi nila kasi yung mga China din gusto nilang angkinin yung Pilipinas. Pero ayaw naman yung mga dito sa bansa natin. Kaya ginagawa nila baka ganun din ang mayroon balikatan ang ginagawa nila, parang may pangdepensa nila mga maraming silang ano.
More than 5,000 troops from the US and the Philippines are practicing how they would repel an invasion here, part of annual war games between the two defence partners known as Balikatan. This year, the massive exercises focus on potential flashpoints with China, in the South China Sea, where Beijing and Manila have overlapping territorial claims, and here in the country's north. This coastline is just a few hundred kilometres from Taiwan, a country that, like the Philippines, has its sovereignty threatened by an increasingly belligerent China. But this area is also the hometown of Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., whose foreign policy is now becoming defined by standing up to China. To counter China, Marcos has brought his country closer to Washington, getting help from the US to modernise the military and giving US forces more access to the Philippines. But even here in the Marcos heartlands, it's a controversial move. China openly resents the US military operating in what it sees as its backyard, and some here worry Balikatan drills will make this area a target.
The Philippines are still the one who are facing the opponent. The US is always provoking, and the Filipino will face all the consequences.
Home to 100,000 people, Laoag sits among windswept sand dunes between the sea and the mountains. Global warming is making it increasingly hard to make a living from farming here, and the city is trying to boost tourism. It once welcomed thousands of Chinese visitors each year, and Laoag even twinned with a Chinese city. It's a relationship that has now gone sour.
The whole problem is that when you're a big political power, you tend to take advantage of those that are less powerful than you. Okay, and that's what China's doing. Okay, and this is why we have no recourse but to reach out to our allies.
Laoag fishers worry that the shells fired into the sea from these US howitzers will have scared away fishing stocks for months to come. They are keen to get back to their way of life living off the ocean. But here, one of the closest places to China that US forces have access to, is only likely to become more tumultuous as China, the US and its regional allies become more assertive in their bid for influence in this sensitive region. Chen and Glauert in Laoag City for TaiwanPlus.